I'm Audrey Wiggins, and welcome to another webisode of Make Something Happen. I'm here today with my guest, DeLores Pressley of DeLores Pressley Worldwide, and she's going to be sharing with us and building up our confidence, showing us how to do that. Now, DeLores is a motivational speaker, a personal power expert, and she is one of the most respected and sought-after experts on confidence, motivation, and personal power. She is the CEO of DeLores Pressley Worldwide and the creator of Up Woman, which we'll hear more about later in the show. DeLores, just give us a little introduction of yourself.
Well, Audrey, first of all, thank you for inviting me to your show. I'm delighted. I'm delighted to be a guest. Well, my story goes way back to even when I was a child. People always were telling me, I can't do this, you can't do that. My mother signed me up for ballet. They wouldn't let her sign me up for ballet. They made her sign me up for tap dance because they said I was too fat. And then let's fast forward. Later on, I get married. I'm an adult. And I decided I wanted to be a model. And here I go again. People saying to me, no, DeLores, you cannot do this. No, you cannot be a model. I mean, I went to an agency and this guy, he said, woman, have you looked in the mirror? You're fat. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. But what does that have to do with loving myself?
Absolutely.
With, being confident? And he was like, well, sorry, you're too big, lady. You're too fat. And Audrey, what I did is, I love the name of your show, Make Something Happen. I made something happen.
Yes.
I started my own model agency.
That's right.
Plus size women. And that's a long time ago. That was probably about 27, almost 30 years. Don't
say the years, because I remember that too. I did my little application.
But I did start the agency, and it worked. And we had girls working in New York and Cleveland, Saks Fifth Avenue. They were in Ebony. I mean, just Marie Claire, Glamour. And so it all happened right out of Canton, Ohio. And we certainly are not the fashion capital of the world. But when you want to make something happen, it really can happen.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to hear more from Miss Pressley in a moment. Right now, we're going to have a word from our sponsor. We're back with DeLores Pressley from DeLores Pressley Worldwide. We ended off with you telling us about making something happen, apropos, of course, of the name of the show, and you did that. But now, what are you doing to help others to make something happen?
Well, what I did is I was an elementary school teacher. Many people did not even know that. So I guess I'm a poster child for people who want to start a business. And especially, I love empowering women. Now, I help men as well, and I have some clients. I do coaching and a professional speaker, but just my passion is for women. And so don't worry about it. If you are working another job right now, just stay with that job and do what you need to do until you have your plans, because it is so important to have a plan. We're starting the new year and people have been doing their plans, but you really should be planning all along in your life. And so that's what I help people do. I do a lot of coaching with people who want to be speakers, and then a lot of coaching with people who really want to do something with their lives and just take it to another level. So I've done that through many things. I've had the speaking. I've just been fortunate to speak all over the world. I mean,
yes,
London, England, just all over. I'm just so very thankful for that. But I've got a new project now.
Okay.
You're always doing something, not Dolores. But my new program is called Up Woman, and that stands for Undeniably Powerful.
Wow.
And I was reading statistics just recently how women are not moving up in the workforce as much as their male counterpart. And I'm one person here to say, let's move it up regardless of our gender.
Yes.
And so what Up Woman is, I launched it a few months ago, and it was just incredible. What we're doing is we're bringing women to a round table. And we start off with the speakers. We have 3 speakers, and the speakers speak about a particular subject. But what I want them to do, once they speak to you, then I want them to get into the circle with you and tell you how. See, that's the thing. We have so many speakers who say, you need to do this, you need to do that, you dream it, you can achieve it. And then when you go home, you don't know how to do that.
You don't. How do I implement these notes that I wrote down? You have all of these notes. I've been there so many times, and you're right, so you go back to being the same person you were before you went.
And we don't want that. And so that's because I was thinking, Dolores, why would you start another women's organization? There are a gazillion women's organizations, but I believe ours is a little different. And another thing we do is we have a spiritual component to it, and it's not religious, because I had all sorts of people who have different denominations who attended the event. It's not about that at all. But I do believe, and I talk about personal power, but I believe we have a higher power. You can call the higher power what you want, but I believe we've gained our strength. And just women from just a couple months ago has told me how things have changed in their lives just because they attended, they recognized their higher power, they connected with that power, they put that all into action. See, we can talk all day, we can dream all day, we can visualize all day, we can do affirmations all day, and all of those things are fantastic. But we have to put some action behind it.
We've got to put some action behind it. We're going to come back in a moment and hear more about putting that action behind it and how you too can be a part of one of the Up Women circles that are coming up in your area. But until then, we want to hear from one of our sponsors, which is Soul Purpose, or Independent Reps. And we brought a couple of things in the studio today. This is their Armenian pomegranate. We have a lotion and a shower gel. Let's try some lotion, Dolores. You want to try this?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Ooh, smells good.
What's the smell? What's this?
This is an Armenian pomegranate. Wow. And the products are all natural and organic, so they're good for you. Dolores is teaching us how to take care of our confidence and build up our character and belief and encourage ourselves with these products will take care of your skin.
If you don't take care of your bodies, where will we live?
Absolutely.
Wherever we live.
Wherever we live. I never heard it like that. That's awesome. Yes, because our bodies are housing all that stuff.
Yeah, it smells wonderful. And it feels, I need to get some of that before I leave here. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Our Soul Purpose sponsors, we have a customer waiting for you in the waiting queue. So I mean, your pomegranate, and there's other products on as well. You can see the website down there at the bottom of the screen and see all the other products that are available. Dolores, we talked earlier about the Up Woman and taking action. Tell us more about the circles and where we can attend one in our area.
Yes, we have them all over the world starting, and we're looking for up leaders. But we are having one on January 13th, Friday the 13th.
Okay.
And it's 4 hours. It's a half a day, so get your companies to send you or take a moment out of your business because, again, I want you to be able to take something back and really take action from it. Our speakers, we have some phenomenal speakers that are coming.
Wait.
Ramona Hood, who is from, she's a senior manager from FedEx.
Okay.
And then we have Tracy McBee, who's going to talk about your image. And Jeff, we have a man. We've never had a man speak. Yes, he's going to be speaking. Jeff Nanschek, I'm sure if he sees this, I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. But go to our website.
Okay.
It's theupwoman.com. theupwoman.com.
Okay, and we'll make sure we get that down on the screen for the next one.
We have singing. Rainy Austin is going to be singing.
Okay.
She'll just sing one song, but you just and then you end up in a circle and you can feel the empowerment, and it will change your life. I knew that it would be powerful, but until we had it actually happen, then I saw how powerful it was. Wow. So I'm hoping that they will come out to come out and join us. And registration has already started. And I'm sure it's going to sell out because space is limited. I know people say that sometimes,
right?
Because they want you to say space is limited. It really is. So you want to get signed up.
Okay, definitely want to check out the website down there below and get registered for the Up Woman Circle that's coming up on this coming weekend. And will it be streamed, or will people be able to go back, say your viewers, from the maybe out of the country? This is a global program. Not yet. Okay.
No, not yet. We're not doing that yet, but we will. We definitely will grow with the times.
Absolutely. Okay, that's great. We'll get to see more about that. DeLores, you're also an author. Along with you being a speaker, you've written several books, and I have a couple of them with me in the studio, and you maybe can tell us about some other ones that you've done. But I've had the two here that have been very popular: Clean Out the Closets of Your Life, and Oh Yes You Can. They have little cards stuck in here. What pages? What's going on this page here? It's, this one's about skill sets, and the critical thinking skills just happen to be where I was at, and problem solving and decision making. And I think this is very timely at this time of year, as we talked about earlier in the show. But give us a little highlight on these books that we have here and any other publications you want to talk about.
Absolutely. Oh Yes You Can really gets you unstuck. What it does is it helps you with confidence and really give you skill sets. Like it talks about your critical thinking skills. Because if you're not using those skills, it's still hard to move to your dreams and make them happen. Clean Out the Closet of Your Life was my second book, and this is my latest one, Oh Yes You Can. I have a new one coming out pretty soon.
Oh, awesome. Can't wait.
The name yet. But anyway, Clean Out the Closets of Your Life is about overcoming obstacles. Okay. And people think, and they look at me, because I just had someone write on my Facebook page the other day, you're living my dreams, I wish I were you.
Wow.
But I don't know if people should say that, because you really never know what that person has gone through or what that person is doing.
The price that you had to pay to get here.
Yes, because it's not that easy. It looks glamorous and all that.
Right.
And I love what I do because I'm living my purpose. And once you are really living on purpose, what you are put on this earth to do, life is fantastic. And life is fantastic for me, but is it easy always? It's not. And I reveal in the book about how my husband was very, very ill. And they told him he had what did they tell him? Less than a year to live. And that's been about 14 years ago. But that book's not that old. But anyway, that happened long before that. But the point is that we have to overcome obstacles. If something has happened today, and I want people to know that circumstances are not permanent. Circumstances are where you are right now. But once you get a plan together, then you can move out of that circumstance. It's not permanent. Now, my husband and I, we could have sat there and we could have cried and we could have said, "Oh, baby, let's get my house in order," because pretty much that's what the doctor told him. But we never went back to that doctor because I'm very proactive. And I was like, only the good Lord knows when you're going to leave this earth and when you're not. And like I said, that's been a long time. But we took action. We went to a different doctor. We researched doctors until we researched everything we could about leukemia. And he's living. And he's living a fantastic life.
That's awesome.
So don't be discouraged about what's going on in your life now. You can make it happen. You absolutely can.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Cyrus D. Adams with TempLabor.org. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you enjoy the things you see. We recommend and represent quality people looking for employment. We offer consultation, and we're dedicated to the reemployment of Americans and the building of unity and people working together, fulfilling their dreams and doing the right thing. Contact us, 216-355-7069. That's TempLabor.org. I hope that we can help you in the future. Thank you.
Go beyond. People of the world, it's a brand new day. Turn it up, let the music play. Let's go. No stars too bright that you can't catch the light. This is your day to shine.
Okay, DeLores, we're here back. We were talking about your husband, Mr. Presley. His name was Grant. It's not Elvis.
I'm gonna fix his hair here, girl. It's flying all over the place. No, he's not Elvis, but believe me, we get asked about Elvis Presley all the time.
Oh, okay. No relation out down.
Of course we're related.
Of course. Absolutely. Okay, a little light humor there, ladies and gentlemen. Want to thank you for tuning in today. DeLores, talk to us a little bit more about being the personal power, encouragement. These times, and this is again, we're at a great time of year to talk about this, to reflect, and not to make resolutions and over into the month already, but reflect on our life, write down the things that that we've done, things that we want to do, things we're capable of doing, and how do we go about getting what we want.
Well, first of all, I say no New Year's resolutions.
Absolutely.
If you're going to do some resolutions, make life resolutions that you're doing it all the time, all throughout the year. But one thing I think that, Audrey, is that people think they have to do something humongous, something big. Like they may want to write a book and they keep saying, I can't write a book, I can't write, blah, 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 all of this. And one of my clients that I coached just one day, we were out to lunch and I just said, stop it. Mm-hmm. She's like giving me all these reasons why she couldn't write a book, and she is now published. I don't want to reveal it yet because she's just now, but she is. And what I said to her is I said, take sticky notes.
Okay.
And just start writing on those sticky notes. Another thing that is fantastic is those digital recorders. And now where our phones are so smart and so sophisticated,
yes,
we can just whip out our phones, you have a thought, and put it on your phone and record it. Mm-hmm. And as you do those, you could have a tip booklet in 30 days. Absolutely. If you gave yourself 3 tips a day, mm-hmm. wrote them on some sticky notes, put it on a recording or something, you've got a book. 3 a day, that's 90. You can have, I have a book that's called 111 Tips to Believe in the Power of You.
Yes,
sold thousands of that books. Let me tell you, I've sold thousands of that book. I have a speech that's called Believe in the Power of You. Mm-hmm. When I go into a corporation, when we talk about negotiating fees and all that, we add that on there. We say you can buy this discounted 111 tips. It's just 111 tips that I put on a digital recorder and had someone transcribe it, and I had a book. And then corporations, FedEx just ordered, I don't know how many copies of that book.
Oh, that's exciting. So you mean all these notes, I'm good for having little clips and quotes. And I'll write them down, I'll put them in a Word document and somewhere else. So that's the making of a little book then, huh?
That's the making of a book.
Okay.
No, seriously, it doesn't take that long. The thing that I think people is starting like, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. Just start. Start and just take a little bit at a time. Don't try to do everything all at once, but just take a little bit at a time.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, DeLores. We're going to be right back with a word from our sponsor. DeLores, tell us more about your speaking programs, the different courses that you offer.
Audrey, so many people ask me how did I become a speaker, or when I'm in an audience and people in my audience come up to me and say, I want to do what you do. Mm-hmm. And I first was talking to people, and then I could spend my entire day doing that. So I decided that I would come up with a program, and I have a program called Speak to Grow Your Business, and that's speaktogrow.com if they're interested in that. But what I do is one-on-one coaching if someone's interested, and really show them how to make money at speaking. Okay. There are so many people out there saying, I'm a speaker, but really are they a professional? Are they really making money as a speaker? Okay. Are they being able to support themselves as a speaker? So that's what I teach people how to do. So I do it one-on-one, so I have individual coaching, and then I also have a program where I do group coaching. It's done over the phone. It's called on a teleclass. We do use a bridge line, and we talk on the phone, and it's for an hour. And I give people different tips on how to really make their business grow. And the first thing is really, I talked before about this plan. Yes. But I talk about this funnel, how you get the money to come into you. So if you take a big make it a triangle, inverted triangle, and at the top I did something kind of round there, but and how you start getting people into your funnel, and how do you get them into your company. So first, like, I start by social media. We really cannot stop using social media.
That's the whole show in
itself. It is. So, but that's the way I reach out and make connections. Social media extends your reach. Then I will start and I'll give them free teleclass or something. Okay. And then I bring people in through individual coaching. And then I bring people in, probably group coaching, because as we go further down to the funnel, it's a higher price. So I bring them in through the group coaching, then the individual coaching, then as a speech. And that's where I make most of my money, as a speech. But now that I've developed my new program, and I'm always telling people to develop things and do things. Yes. So as a speaker, people are always hiring me, but as I grow this business, I'm going to be able to hire other people and give other people jobs. So I teach you really how to get money as a speaker. And it's nothing wrong with, especially women. We're always making excuses. I really don't want to make money with this. It's just a hobby. Well, if you're in business, you're supposed to be making money.
Absolutely.
And so if you're a professional speaker, you're supposed to be making money at that. That's correct. And I my learning curve, and it goes way back to the modeling agency. Very, very competitive business. Tight niche. People don't tell you how to, it's my client, don't you touch my client, and all of that. And so I really realized in speaking, my mom used to call it bought sense. I paid the price to learn how to get bookings and how to make things really happen. And so that's what we teach. It's a 5-week course. And again, they can go to speaktogrow.com. And the next one is coming up in February. I believe February 2nd is the first one we're having.
Okay, absolutely. I think the one I came to was in February. And I can attest to learning. And I've learned so much, from you. Even to add on some of the social media things and the other, talking about your funnel. So I begin to create some things, and we're going to get that book together with the quotes. But
you heard it right here, right? We also, you cannot renege on it. You must do that. You must do that.
Absolutely.
Right. So those are the things that I just absolutely love. I just help people live the life that they want to live. That's what I'm all about. Because people have helped me. And there's another thing, Audrey, I think that's important that people will have, is that they need to have a mentor. I hope that everyone has some mentor out there. It's important that you have a coach. Okay. And of course, I think a promoter. And some people are like, what's a promoter? And unfortunately, I lost my promoter. She passed away a few months ago. But that's a person who just goes out and says, Audrey, have you watched Audrey's new webinar? What is this called?
It's a webisode. You can set up an episode on a television.
I love that. Have you watched Audrey's webisode? See, that is your promoter, someone who's always got your back, who's always talking about you. And then the coach holds you accountable. I think every person should have a coach as well. I have a coach. Actually, I have several coaches. and I think you should have a mentor, someone you can go and just really talk to, and they'll tell you really like it is. So there's 3 things that I think every person should have.
Okay. What's the difference between the coach and mentor?
Mhm.
You've already given us a definition of
Sure.
a promoter.
The mentor, more or less, doesn't cost you any money.
Okay.
Usually, and a coach holds you more accountable. A
Mhm.
coach will. It's even different from a consultant. A consultant tells you how to do something.
Okay.
A coach guides you along and helps you be accountable. And you know, for me, that at the end of it, I'm like, what are you going to do by next week? What are you going to do? And if you don't do it, I'm not going to smack your hands or anything.
Mhm.
But when you have that coach to help you be accountable, it makes it so much easier for you.
Okay. Sounds like I can use a coach. Hold me accountable. That's awesome. Well, is there anything else that you want to tell our viewers at this end? This is the global show. We want to any special message that you want to leave? You're good with acronyms. Perhaps just give them the decaf. Let's end with that.
Okay, let's end with the decaf. We got to tell them quickly, though, about Wriggling in the Middle, which is a show.
Yes,
totally kind of different from what I
Mhm.
normally do, but it's a show for people who are giving care, caregivers. If you're taking care of your children, taking care of parents, that's Wriggling
Is
in
it
the
radio
Middle.
or is it on
It's
TV
a radio show.
Okay.
It's a radio show.
Mhm.
But let's give them that decaf thing. All right, decaf. And I'm not talking about the decaf that you drink, but I am talking about an acronym for making a decision. D stands for decide what you want to do. E, be empowered. C, committed. You can't just start something, make a decision, and be empowered, but then don't be committed to it. A, I done said that word over and over today. Action. You got to act. And
Do
F
it.
is follow through. And I might want to add another F on there is focus. Stay
Yes.
focused, because so many people will have a lot of ideas and so many
Mhm.
things, and then I do a speech sometimes, Audrey, and before they know it, it's like, oh, I just had to go to the F word. I just had to go to the F word. So go to the F word, focus. Make a decision, decaf.
Focus.
Decide, be empowered, commit, act, follow through, and focus.
And focus. So, ladies and gentlemen, just do it. Just do your decaf. This has been another webisode of Make Something Happen. I want to thank you for tuning in. And before we close, I want to also thank Fran and Naya for helping us out today. And we'll see you next week. Take care.